Yo. Damn. Pull this shit in here. What's going on, y'all? We in the building for sure. What up? Let me make sure everything is everything. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let's go. Hold on. Let me make sure the banner right. Everything cool. Yeah, what it mean if your right eye twitching? Got 3 people in the building, man. Hit the like button as soon as you come in. We just getting started. We not even a minute in yet. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob. We in the building for sure. What's going on, y'all? I hope everybody had a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired as hell. I'm gonna try to be in and out with this live. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But every time I say that, I always end up being on here longer than what I need to. So we figure it out as we go along. You know what I'm saying? For sure. What's going on? If y'all leaving comments, hold on. What's going on? Yo, Jordan Sheriff, what up, homie? How you doing? Yeah. We got some things we gonna talk about for sure. How's everything going out in Spain? Jordan, let me know. What's the word? 5 people in the building, man. Hit the like button as soon as you come in, of course. You know what I mean? Got some things we're gonna discuss for sure. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. We definitely gonna be speaking on that, and then I'm gonna open the floor up for everybody to reach out and just speak their piece. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna be in and out like a robbery. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna get into it. Let's get a few more people in here. Yo, I also put out a video earlier today, man, speaking about pretty much these fickle boxing fans, you know what I'm saying, and how they pretty much hurting the sport of boxing by not allowing they fighters to fight the best fighters, you know what I'm saying? So definitely touched up on that topic, man. If y'all didn't see it, go check it out. Also, my interview with Bomac is about to hit 1K views. So for those that didn't check it out, man, go check out the full length interview on my channel. You know what I'm saying? This should be one of the main videos on the page, man. So go check it out. Feel free, of course. Jordan Sheriff, shout out to Jordan, man. J Cash, too smooth for you. What's going on? He said the truth. I appreciate that, homie. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? It's very much appreciated. So, and I also locked in another interview with another top trainer. You know what I'm saying? Something that the people been asking for a while. That should be going on. That should be getting recorded next week. You know what I mean? If not, we just gonna wait until 2024 to conduct that. But I already locked in a few interviews with top dudes. I ain't gonna really speak on their name too much, but that's pretty much a lock. You know what I mean? So we gonna keep it going. You know what I mean? Ain't too many people y'all know with this very little subscribers that are getting these type of interviews. You know what I mean? So if y'all appreciate the content, of course, man, just hit the like button, man. I appreciate it very much. Anthony Park said, I think it's good that Devin versus Haney. I think it's good that Devin. I think you meant to say Devin. I think Devin versus. You said Devin versus Haney. What did you talking about? I think you meant to say Devin versus Garcia because when Haney wins, that makes Devin. Bro, you murdered this. Holy shit, bro. You're gonna have to rewrite that, bro. you wrote that completely wrong. You gonna have to rewrite that, dog. You okay? Yeah, Jay Cash in the building. He said hit the like button on the way in. Yeah, of course. You know what I meant? He said I meant Ryan. Yeah, I assumed that. But you wrote that totally wrong, my brother. So it was hard to read. A-Hole said, what up, Mazuma? What's going on, man? Let's get to talking, man. There's been some I guess some breaking news that's going on in the sport of boxing. I had received a DM from one of my fighters. And according to this post that I had just read, Ryan Garcia said that his team already had reached out to Devin Haney and his team to try to make the fight happen next. You know what I'm saying? Anonymous said, just got here. What we talking about tonight? Pretty much what's in the description on the title. You know what I mean? Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney negotiating fight next. And then I'm just we gonna after we done chopping it up about that, we just gonna get into some random boxing topics. You know what I mean? Because in all honesty, man, there's certain days where it's not too much really going on in the boxing world. You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? He said, me and you been smoking that sticky icky. I don't know what you talking about. I don't get into none of that. But yes, it's 17 people in the building right now, man. Hit the like button as soon as you come in. Of course, man, it's very much appreciated that you tuning in to the live. You know what I mean? But according to that post that I was reading, Ryan Garcia said that his team, he told his team, yo, start, you know what I mean? Start hitting up Devin Haney team to see if we can make a fight happen. You know what I'm saying? Which is something that Devin Haney has been wanting for years. He's been calling out Devin Haney. He's been calling out Ryan Garcia for a good amount of time now. Even back when Ryan Garcia was a WBC interim champion, I believe. I don't know if it's the interim or he was the WBC silver champion or something like that. But nonetheless, he was ranked very high. He was ranked very high in the WBC rankings while Devin Haney had the belt. So Devin Haney was genuinely pursuing that fight. You know what I'm saying? And what had ended up happening was Ryan Garcia just went down a different route. He seemed more interested in the Gervonta Davis fight. I guess he's seen that more as like an easier obstacle or a bigger money fight. You know what I mean? So he just went down that lane. You know what I mean? It ended up not working out in his favor, of course. So, but what the good thing is that they're both at 140 pounds now. After his loss to Gervonta Davis, and then winning over Oscar Duarte, so it's still realistic. A fight between him and Devin Haney, you know what I mean? And I like the fight, you know what I mean? It's not the exact fight that I want to see, but it's still a popular fight nonetheless. They can do some good numbers together, considering their history. They fought each other multiple times in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good one. You know what I mean? It's not the Gervonta Davis fight that I want to see, the one who actually beat Ryan. It's not the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight, but you know what I mean? Gervonta got his own thing going on. I don't know exactly what his situation is or when he's going to fight next, but considering the fact that he don't really want to speak to Eddie Hearn or anything of that nature, just lets me know that not that he's ducking or anything like that, but he's not really interested in that situation at this moment. So we just gonna have to wait and see what happens with Gervonta. But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and advise Devin Haney to stall his career out just waiting for Gervonta to hit him up. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just have to wait and see. But Ryan Garcia said he advised his team to reach out to Devin Haney and them to try to get a fight happening. And I think Devin Haney wrote that's facts. So I guess he got the word from Ryan Garcia's team, and they may be negotiating something. Now, does that necessarily mean the fight's next? Not necessarily, but it's a step in the right direction. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on, yo. That's definitely what's going on, and that's great news to hear. You know what I mean? Because hopefully this will encourage the younger dudes to really step up and face each other. Maybe this will inspire Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta to fight each other. Maybe that'll inspire other big fights to happen. You know what I mean? Because this is the reality of the situation. A lot of boxers, they followers. You know what I mean? They follow the trends that's going on in boxing. You know what I mean? Because during the Floyd era, you never really heard too much about being undisputed. You never really heard about people prioritizing winning, having all four belts in their division, because that's not something that Floyd Mayweather prioritized. He prioritized the big money fights. You know what I mean? That's what his whole thing was, just getting to a bag. And that's what a lot of fighters were going after at that time. They were just going after the big paychecks and just trying to get the most amount of money possible. But then when Terrence Crawford ended up getting all four belts at 140 pounds, it looked good. You know what I'm saying? It looked like a great accolade. It just looked dope to see all the belts around one man, and being that he was the only champion in the division and doing something historic in the four belt era. A lot of fighters seem to follow up after that. That after Terrence Crawford, because there was a long time before there was somebody who was undisputed and who that was undisputed in the four belt era. There was like a long time frame between Terrence Crawford and I believe it was Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins, or one of them like that. One of them dudes. They was the last ones to be undisputed in the four belt division. I mean, the four belt era. And once Terrence Crawford did, it seemed like everybody else followed his lead. You know what I mean? After that, we seen Usyk become undisputed. We seen Inoue become undisputed. Josh Taylor, Devin Haney. The list goes on. You know what I'm saying? So now this is. So I said all of that to say a lot of boxers are followers. They'll go with what is hot at the current time in boxing. So if they see these young guys all facing each other, maybe they'll encourage these other young dudes to get up and fight the other young dudes that's still in their prime and got things going right now. Shout out to, I'm gonna say that your name is Asing, I believe. Leaving a $2 super chat, man. I appreciate that very much, man. I appreciate you supporting the channel. He says, "Who you believe Boots fights next?" That's a great question because, in all honesty, I don't have a definite answer for you. But for real, man, I think the most realistic option for Jerron Ennis right now would have to be Mario Barrios. You know what I mean? It seems like he's the only man that's genuinely interested in making that fight happen. Obviously, it's not going to be Earl or Terrence Crawford or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's not going to be any of them names because they caught up with each other. So we got to eliminate them two from the situation. Stanley Onis and Keith Thurman look like they going to still fight each other just at a later date. So we got to eliminate them two. Cody Crawley, he blatantly ducked Jerron Ennis. Simple and plain, ducked Jerron Ennis. I guess he's seen what he did to his Canadian homie, Custio Clayton, and they didn't really want no work. You know what I mean? So I think that Mario Barrios is the most realistic option for Jerron Ennis right now because I trust Mario Barrios' heart. You know what I mean? He's fought top level opposition consecutively with no tune-ups or anything like that. So I genuinely believe that he wants to smoke based off of his actions, not based off of what he says, but based off of his actions. You know what I'm saying? So I think Mario Barrios versus Boots will be the next big fight for Boots. And it's not somebody that we genuinely believe has a chance to beat Boots, but it's still a solid name. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming off of his biggest win of his career against a former world champion in Yordenis Ugas. You know what I mean? So it'll be a good job, man. But if that fight doesn't happen, baby, Cody Crawley will crawl out of the hole that he's hiding in, and maybe since Boots has the IBF title now, he might be encouraged to facing him. You know what I mean? Because maybe at the time he was like, "Why would I fight Boots? He's not a champion or anything. I'm trying to go for belts." Now that Boots has a belt, what can their excuse be now? You know what I mean? Sharon says, "Mazuma, you sleepy, bro? Man, hell yeah." I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I definitely am. You know what I mean? I've been up since, I don't know, 7:30 this morning, and I just been moving nonstop. You know what I mean? Got that job, and then I go straight to the gym, and then I went to go see my son for a couple hours and stuff like that. So yeah, I just got home around like 10 something. I mean, a little bit before 11. So yeah, I'm exhausted, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, but the grind don't stop. You know what I mean? The grind don't stop, man. We still got goals that we need to accomplish. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just gonna have to make sacrifice. You know what I mean? That's what this whole thing is about. Rouse said, "Yeah, it was Hopkins. Yeah, see, yeah, I figured that." And then it was a long time gap before Crawford became undisputed. You know what I mean? And broke that time frame. But it seems like as soon as Crawford became undisputed, everybody else started following his lead. You know what I mean? A lot of these boxers like to go off of trends. You know what I mean? So Keith one time Thurman, nah, not at all. Keith Thurman waiting for them belts to be vacant so he could take one of them. You know what I mean? Probably grab WBA or something like that since he got a history with them. That's not something he genuinely considering right now. I highly doubt that. Boots versus Crawley. Crawley he probably will be more motivated to fight Boots now that he's the IBF world champion. But if that's not enough to bring him out, then he's definitely not going to fight Boots. You know what I mean? See, Oscar right here, he said Crawley don't want to smoke with Boots. I believe that too. I agree with you. He Equip FC, he says kind of tired of Ryan though. All talk to be a quitter. We want to see Tank Devin. I agree with you. You know what I mean? I want to see Gervonta and Devin get in the ring too. You know what I mean? I prefer that over anything else in all honesty. But if Gervonta got something going on where he can't necessarily fight right now and Devin don't really got nothing lined up, then I'll take the Ryan fight. You know what I mean? That'll help build up Devin Haney profile. You know what I mean? Because they selling the kid. They say that the dude don't sell. He don't bring nothing to the table. Him being uh, a common opponent in Gervonta Davis, they'll have Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Ryan is a popular fighter. You know what I mean? He got millions of followers on social media. That'll be a good look for Devin, especially if he were to beat Ryan. You know what I mean? And they'll continuously attach Devin's name to Gervonta, and that'll just keep building the fight up. So I'm with it. I'm with it for sure. Boots in how many rounds against Barrios? Uh, he punishes Barrios, man. I think that's 5 rounds or less, honestly. And it's sad me saying that because Barrios is one of my favorite fighters. I ain't gonna lie to you. But Boots is also I got Boots a little bit higher on my list. So I think 5 rounds or less, maybe six or less, but I think 5 or less, he'll get Barrios up out of there. Maybe earlier because he might run it. Barrios may run into something trying to counter Boots. I can see that happening. Ralph says Thurman is like that one person who peaked in high school. Thurman's still living off of those wins against Porter and Danny back in 2016, 2017. Can't move forward off of what he did in the past. Yeah, he's like he a has been, bro. You know what I'm saying? He definitely a has been. So he constantly talking about the past, not talking about what he doing currently. You know what I mean? He still talks as if he's this big superstar and that he's some type of draw. Like Keith, they done forgot about you years ago, bro. Soon as you start becoming active and you got that elbow injury and you sat back while the whole welterweight division transformed, you know what I mean? And Earl became the man while you just sat on the couch all day playing your little flute or whatever. The boxing world forgot about you, man. Now you coming back to the scene acting like you still, you know what I mean, the hot commodity. And it was like, bro, a lot of shit done changed since you left. You know what I mean? You came back to the block and now people, you know what I mean, they not recognizing you as that dude no more because you know what I mean, you ain't put in enough work. Thurman a meme now. Yeah, he definitely a joke, bro. Definitely a joke. He be having fans running down on him, disrespecting him. That lets you know what they think of him for real, for real. Jordan Sheriff, he said, watch the Boots versus Serrano and Vila fights again last night. Really makes sense why he has a hard time finding opponents. I don't think he has even lost a round yet. I was there live when Boots knocked out Raymond Serrano because I was a Philly versus Philly fight. Raymond Serrano's from Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? So I was there for that. That was at the 2300 arena. And that was brutal, man. That was brutal. You know what I'm saying? And the Romain Vila fight, that was one of his best performances by far. My favorite performance from Boots, he has a lot of great performances. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like the Sergey Limpinets performance that he had, but in all honesty, bro, his first fight on Showtime or against Armando Alvarez, that was my favorite performance from him. He showed everything that night. But Vila, he was in a different zone that night. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Real quick. You know what I mean? So Armando Alvarez is my favorite performance from Jerron Ennis. Maybe because I helped him get me and my team helped him get ready for that fight. Maybe that's why looking at it is one of my favorite performances because I helped out for that camp. You know what I mean? But yeah. What about Conor Ben? What about Conor Ben? You know what I mean? He having trouble fighting in his own home country because you know what I mean. He trying to go around people and try to make fights happen. That Chris Eubank fight fell out because he not allowed to fight in the UK. And the one time he fought in America, he had to sneak on a card on like a week or 2 weeks notice, so people wouldn't be bashing him or anything like that. The reality of the situation is Conor Ben is a UK level fighter. You know what I'm saying? And he wants to stay in the UK. He got that Anthony Joshua type situation going on, where Anthony Joshua don't want nothing to do with fighting in the States. You know what I mean? Anthony Joshua got clipped one time in New York. He ain't come back since. And he made it clear that he makes it clear that he don't want to be over here fighting. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to be over here fighting at all. I think Conor Ben is on that same type of time. Even Kell Brook tried that. Like Kell Brook got stopped by Earl. Then when he was trying to get the rematch with Spence, he was like, "Let's do it in the UK." It's like, bro, what's y'all infatuation with fighting in the UK? It's like, do y'all get like scared whenever the states comes up? Like, what is it exactly? I don't know what's going on. Yo, Karma, I understand that you got a little crush on AJ or whatever, but the facts is the facts. I didn't say anything wrong about your boy. You know what I mean? AJ fought. How many times has he fought in the states? He fought one time, right? What happened to him? When he rematched Andy Ruiz, that was out in I don't know if it was in Saudi Arabia. I don't know if it was in Dubai. It was somewhere in the Middle East. He never came back to the U.S. after that. He came back over here to train. He came back here over here to train with Derek James, and he dipped from Derek James too. He with Ben Davison now. So what exactly? He don't want nothing to do with the U.S. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he want anything to do with the U.S. A lot of these UK dudes don't. They like to stay out in the UK and keep collecting their checks. What happened with Josh Kelly? Where he at? They was talking about that he was gonna be the next welterweight champion or whatever. He got washed in the UK. These dudes be chilling out there, bro. They don't be wanting like when Kell Brook beat Sean Porter over here. He went and he held that belt hostage out there in the UK. When he got the IBF, he didn't want to come back over here. Earl had to go over there and take that belt from him. You know what I'm saying? Then Connor start like there was a few UK fighters that transitioned over here and did pretty well, like Amir Khan and stuff like that. But for the most part, a lot of them UK dudes don't be wanting to come over here, bro. They don't. They don't. Like I said, Carmen, I know you got a little crush on AJ. That's your little boyfriend or whatever. But I mean, you're man of Turkey. It's cool. It is what it is. Um, Jordan Sheriff says Conor Benn and Boots weren't interested in fighting him. Conor Ben said Boots wasn't interested in fighting him, but no way Eddie Hearn makes that fight. Of course not. Of course not. He not gonna mess up his investment like that, man. Conor Ben is the son of a legend that Eddie Hearn sees as like an easy come up. You know what I'm saying? Like that the job is already done for him in the marketing department. Yo, that's Nigel Ben's son, and he could fight because Conor Ben can fight. I ain't gonna lie to you, he could fight. So we gonna keep building. We gonna keep we're gonna build off of his dad legacy. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna constantly keep this dude in everybody's face, like, yo, this is the son of a legend, and he's making his own legacy. Sort of like what Top Rank's doing with Muhammad Ali grandson, Nico Ali Walsh. You know what I mean? He lost recently, but you know what I mean, they still pushing him, and every time they put you in his face, I mean, whenever they put him in your face, they remind you that that's Muhammad Ali's grandson. Conor Ben, he's an easy check for Eddie. So, of course, he want to keep that man winning. He's not going to put him in there with Jerron Ennis. But apparently, they said Eddie Hearn is trying to sign Jerron Ennis. So, we'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? If they do make the fight happen, that'll make Eddie more – that'll encourage Eddie more to have him fight Conor Ben. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. If Eddie Hearn puts Conor Ben on the line against Jerron Ennis, if Jerron Ennis not signed to him, he doesn't benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? But if Jerron Ennis is signed with Matchroom and they got, you know what I mean, they got a contract signed and he's genuinely one of Eddie Hearn's fighters, then it will make sense for him to put him against Conor Ben because he gonna make money either way. You know what I mean? It's not gonna hurt him in any type of way. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But as of right now, Eddie Hearn not making that fight. Definitely not making that fight. That's clear as day. He's not making that fight. We know this. And we'll know exactly. And Conor Ben, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? I think he better than. I think that he's just about on the same level as Romain Villa, if not a little bit better. But he tailor made for Boots, man. He got punching power, but he gets extremely greedy. He doesn't like the fight going backwards. I've seen Conor Ben fight, and he does well going backwards. He can fight. Let's not get it wrong. He's just a cheater. You know what I mean? He's a cheater, and then on top of that, he gets extremely greedy. He puts power into every shot. And somebody like Jerron Ennis who sees pretty much every punch that's coming his direction and can be extremely elusive, a great counter puncher, fast hands, great timing. I think that he'll catch Conor Ben coming in and flatline him. That's what I think. That's what I that's what I believe. Conor Ben is a disgrace. That's a fact. That's a factoid right there. Boots need that to be honest to force some fights. I think the best thing that has happened to Boots so far is him becoming IBF world champion. Now, I'm sure he would have preferred to have fought for the belt, but being that he actually has a belt, I mean he's a certified world champion now. How would you look ducking a world champion when you don't have a belt? You know what I'm saying? You know how crazy it looks if a challenger ducks the champion? Usually it's the opposite. So that should give these dudes more of give them more of a reason to fight Boots now. Because not only will you get a solid payday, you could possibly become world champion if you play your cards right. You know what I mean? Anonymous says one of these dudes that use their father and grandfather's past career to boost their name up and gain recognition, even bear the level. I think you meant to say none. None of those dudes that use their father and grandfather's past career to boost their name up and gain recognition, even bear the level of their relatives. Yeah, I mean Chavez Jr. He's one of them. Hector Camacho Jr. He didn't add up to his dad name. A lot of these dudes don't. You know what I'm saying? So George Foreman has sons that box, and they didn't really do anything. It's a few of them, man. It's a few of them. He said no respect for a UK clown. I mean, I'm not going to disrespect the UK entirely because I rock with George Sheriff. He from the UK. You know what I'm saying? And whenever he go pro, whatever, I'm backing him 1,000%. But a lot of them UK dudes, man, they not like that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Most of these, I already read that. Yo, Pro Box not on here, right? You tagging them as if they was on here. He said, "Yo, Pro Box, hire my guy Mazuma ASAP." I mean, we could definitely get to talking about boxing. They ain't a thing. That's easy work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, her and size rival fighters is to steer their pass away from the prospects. That's a fact, bro. And I'm glad that you know that because he's done that habitually. But the craziest one to me was the Luis Ortiz situation. Someone break this down to y'all. You know what I'm saying? There was a point in time where Luis Ortiz was ranked in the WBA, right? Before Wilder took on the challenge, actually faced him. He was in line to fight Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua ended up becoming unified after beating Vladimir Klitschko, right? This is all facts. You can look this up. There was a point in time where it was getting to the point where Luis Ortiz was about to become Anthony Joshua's mandatory, the WBA. So I think like when the first time Luis Ortiz was supposed to fight Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz had tested positive for I think like a banned substance. Now I think it ended up coming out that Luis Ortiz had high blood pressure medication. And that was what was in his system, you know what I mean? And that ended up being forgiven, and then he ended up fighting Wilder anyway. But prior to all of that, Eddie Hearn had signed Luis Ortiz. When Luis Ortiz was real close to fighting Anthony Joshua and really becoming his mandatory and stuff like that, he had signed. Luis Ortiz ended up signing with Eddie Hearn. So a lot of people were under the impression that because he was signing with Matchroom that Eddie Hearn was about to really make Luis Ortiz versus AJ. Which that stigma around the time was AJ ain't want no smoke with Luis Ortiz. And that was just the reality of the situation, man. Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua's team, maybe including himself, didn't want nothing to do with Luis Ortiz. Because at that time, when he was King Kong, actually was showing it actually looked youthful. Like when he was fighting Brian Jennings and you know what I mean? And things of that nature, he looked like a force to be reckoned with, dog. Like Luis Ortiz was nasty at that time. He was putting everything down, especially when he was on HBO. That man was like jumping over the top rope and showing all types of athleticism. He bouncing on his toes, jabbing, and he had a devastating left hand. I mean, he could hurt you with either hand. He had power in both hands. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people were under the impression that Eddie Hearn was going to have him fight uh, Anthony Joshua, but the whole time he used signing Luis Ortiz as a way to have power over him. He had him fight like I think he had him fight like Malik Scott. And he fought like a few like UK level fighters, and then when it was getting to the point where Luis Ortiz was starting to get frustrated, like, yo, what's up with this Anthony Joshua situation? He let go of Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? That's when Luis Ortiz came over to the PBC and started getting it popping with Wilder. But yeah, Jordan Sheriff is completely right, man. I'm glad that he knows his history because Eddie Hearn does do them type of things. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn could get you paid, he could keep you active, but it seems like Eddie Hearn typically has a tough time making the biggest fights happen. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Kell Brook and Amir Khan was probably one of the best domestic rivalries in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that fight was hot for a long time. Even when both of these, like, even when Amir Khan was losing and getting knocked out and stuff like that, it was still a huge fight out there. But it got to the point where they waited entirely too long, and it happened, bro. The fight happened so late that both of the guys after the fight retired. The winner and the loser retired. That lets you know everything you need to know. It's like, really, bro? Even the winner retired? Yes, bro. Yes, they both hung it up after that. That's how you know they ain't have nothing left. Neither one of them are that you. That's how you know they over marinated the fight. Eddie Hearn also had the potential to make um, Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. We're not going to act like that fight wasn't supposed to happen years ago. That was supposed to be a fight that, especially when Tyson Fury came back and fought Deontay Wilder, had a draw against him, and then ended up knocking him out. There was a few times where they were supposed to make that fight happen, never came about. You know what I mean? Never came about. Um, the list goes on and on and on, bro. There's a lot of big fights. He had signed Demetrius Andre, couldn't get him a big fight to save his life. They was on the zone with Triple G and all. Couldn't make the fight happen. Couldn't get the Canelo fight when he was doing business continuously with Canelo Alvarez. Completely did Demetrius Andre the disservice of his career. To the point where Demetrius Andre had gotten desperate and moved up to 68 and fought Benavidez in his second fight at 68. He had to go over to PBC and move up a weight class to get a legacy in attempts to get a legacy defining fight or to actually get a big name on his resume. You know what I mean? The Deontay Wilder and AJ fight. Fight took years to happen, and it's not even for sure if they're gonna fight each other in March. But Eddie Hearn did everything in his power to not make that fight happen. These are facts. You know what I'm saying? Joshua had a part in it too. He didn't want no smoke with Deontay Wilder at all. I remember when he was unified champion. Wilder had the WBC, and Joshua had the WBA, the WBO. He had the IBF. He had the IBO. That man had every belt in the planet except Wilder's belt. And they was talking about, oh well, AJ, he needs more time. He needs more time. Uh, uh, he's still learning. It's like, bro, do you know that Wilder started boxing late too? He got further in his amateur career than Wilder did. Wilder got a bronze medal in the Olympics. AJ got the gold. So if anything, he was more experienced at a higher level than Wilder. You know what I mean? Just that Wilder had more fights. You know what I mean? But a lot of them fights wasn't on an elite level. Like if we talking about resumes, it's like AJ was fighting more with bigger name guys like Klitschko, um, Joseph Parker, Andy Ruiz, things of that nature. You would think that AJ was more than ready. You would think that AJ was more than ready. But guess what? Bro, they was ducking Wilder, man. It's sad. How about when AJ said, if Wilder wants to give me a fight and give me 50 million and I'll fight him. Bro, Deontay Wilder and his team, Al Heyman, Shelly Finkel, all of them dudes, show Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua proof of funds for $50 million, which Tyson Fury confirmed on his own himself. Frank Warren confirmed it himself, and they still turned it down. They turned down $50 million guaranteed. and then came out in an interview later talking about I'm not gonna sell my soul for 50 million. So why are you asking it for it then? He pulled your car. You ain't think that he was gonna pull up 50 mil. So you put out an insane number. Actually, turning out that they found $50 million to give you, and then you talking about selling your soul. And bro, if you don't want to fight, just say that. And then there was another interview where AJ said that he's not gonna fight Wilder until he feels like he's in the best possible position to win. Does that sound like somebody who's confident in their abilities at that moment to fight Deontay Wilder? Absolutely not. These are all, and this is like me barely providing my opinion. This is all facts that I could easily pull up with a quick YouTube search. You know what I'm saying? Here go Karma, her feelings talking about, do you want to fight me at 154? You're about to turn me into Clarissa. Uh, Karma, you will go out like Clarissa did in that last video that happened. So I don't think you should. I don't think that'll be wise for you to do. You know what I mean? You might end up like Clarissa in that last sparring video. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm about like I'm about like 170, 178, 175 right now. I don't know if you I don't know if you want, you know what I mean? I don't know if you want to get into none of that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't know. I was shadow boxing earlier. I was feeling good out here. I don't know if you might end up like Clarissa Karma. Don't do that to yourself, man. But yeah, that's just the reality of the situation. Mark don't want to fight me for the WBC South Indiana belt. But what do you bring to the table, Slime? Like, how many pay-per-views did you sell? Did you only sold 50 tickets to your last event. Um, 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 I'm the A side. You know what I mean? You don't bring anything to the table. I'm sorry, Slime. I'm sorry, Slime. I'm not. That's not something that I'm interested in right now. You don't bring anything to the table. Uh huh. Anonymous says, "Wow, they're gonna knock AJ's head into the stratosphere." Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, and I hope I'm wrong. But the way I visualize that fight, I think AJ gonna need an oxygen mask after that fight, man. I think he gonna need an oxygen mask. They gonna have to pull out the oxygen tanks out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Tahiri Scott, I think that's your name, Tahiri. Would you fight Jake Paul if the bag was right? Bro, Jake Paul way too big. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of weight classes, that man is a full-fledged cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? If I'm anything around cruiserweight, I'm probably gonna look like uh Javante Davis and Adrian Broner when they was out here partying and all that. I'd probably be nice and round, just like them. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I probably would look like Prince Nassim Hamed right now if I was at cruiserweight. Um, Man, when I was doing my thing, I was a welterweight. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'9". I was at 152, bro. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was a 152 pounder. I doubt Jake Paul could make that weight. You gotta respect weight classes, you know what I mean? But if he was a 152 pounder, 147 pounder, I would definitely take that. You know what I mean? Sharon said big pause. I already did. I already paused that, man. What's good, Don Dada? What up? What up, AJ? How are you? Are you the A side against Notes? Oh yeah, I'm always the A side. I'm always the A side. How many followers Notes got on Instagram? Do you know? What does he bring to the table? How many tickets is he selling? I don't know, man. Who has he fought? He hasn't fought anybody. He said J Cash said, "Yeah, I'll fight Jake Paul off the bag, right? But I'm cooking dude, not taking no dive. Mazuma needs some Benadryl. That's a fact. That's a fact, sir. I think my son got me sick. You know what I mean? I've been chilling with my son and he a little bit sick and that shit done. Got to me. But it is what it is. I ain't tripping. I definitely need some drip Benadryl for sure. Notes lost to me trying to get the Mark fight. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, he slept on Slime. You know what I mean? He cherry picked Slime, and Slime stopped him in the first round, so they ain't ended up working out for him. Don Dada, he said, drink elderberry tea for them snipples. Dr. Sebi taught me that. Yeah, I definitely learned a couple things from Dr. Sebi for sure. Ralph said, Mark, you tried to offer me a contract, but it wasn't enough bread. I need a little more. That's wow. Yo, Ralph a duck, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Ralph a duck. He ducking me. You see what I'm saying, bro? I swear these boxing dudes, man, they turkey, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh no. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Slime stopped Notes in the first round. It was a mean body shot. You know what I'm saying? It was a mean body shot. Notes couldn't handle the punching power, man. He punched a hole through Notes. You know what I mean? Turn that nigga into loose leaf. You heard? The nigga said Devin sold 50K pay-per-views. Who cares? Yo, like at this point, it's like, who cares, bro? Seriously. Is Devin Haney world champion at 140 pounds? Was he undisputed in his last weight class? Is he one of the best fighters in boxing? Is he a pound for pound fighter? Yes. Will him and Gervonta Davis be an amazing fight? Yes. Would you pay to see the fight? Me? Yes. So let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Sharon said, I'm hiring Bill Haney for my manager. Oh, man, I hope you don't. I hope you don't. They turkey, what that mean? Turkey pretty much means like you a chump. You know what I'm saying? Like you a punk. I mean, that's like a Philly term. Like if somebody, you know what I mean, if they pussy, you a turkey. You know what I mean? So I mean that's slang over here. I don't know how y'all be saying, but that's what we say in Philly. He said, "Yo, I was reading that Boost has older brothers who used to be pro. What were they like as fighters?" Well, he had Farah Ennis, Quiet Storm Ennis, and then he had Pooh Ennis. They were phenomenal fighters, man. Phenomenal. Pooh Farah was a big puncher. Farah Ennis. But Pooh was very similar to Boots. If not, he probably had faster hands in all honesty. Uh he didn't necessarily have a power like Boots did. So he pretty much a combination of both of his brothers in all honesty. But Pooh was extremely fast and he was a chief sparring partner for Canelo Alvarez too. Um Derek Pooh Ennis, he was nasty, bro. I think he got inducted into the PA Boxing Hall of Fame not too long ago with Bozy. Um Pooh was crazy. I seen Pooh box. I seen him spar when I was younger and stuff like that. I didn't get to see Farah too much. I seen Farah getting back in shape and stuff like that, but they are older. You know what I mean? I think Pooh is in his 40s already, and I think that Farah's in his late 30s. So um, they pretty much done with boxing in all honesty. But both of his brothers were phenomenal fighters, bro. Bozy did a great job teaching his sons the sport of boxing for sure. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man, look into Derek Ennis. Put Derek Ennis Canelo on YouTube, and you'll see a sparring session between Canelo Alvarez and Jerron Ennis' brother. You know what I mean? It was great work, great work. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don Dada says Pooh versus Canelo sparring sessions were lit. Yeah, they definitely was, bro. Pooh could rumble, bro. Like his brothers was nasty. I mean, Jerron is just a different animal. He a combination of both of them dudes. You know what I mean? And Bozy can rumble too. Bozy can rumble too. For sure. There ain't no doubt. Do you think Tank should get a fight in before a fight like Haney or Shakur happens? It depends if both of them guys are like caught up in different fights. Like let's say Shakur Stevenson ends up fighting who at 135. Let's say he end up fighting William Cepeda, right? And I was about to say Derek, like Derek Ennis. Let's say Devin Haney ends up fighting Ryan Garcia. Then of course Tank should take a fight. You know what I mean? He should just to stay busy. You know what I mean? Get a little get his feet wet in 2024 type situation. But if either one of them dudes are available, then he should be looking in their direction. I don't think that he should take another fight. Um, if Haney or Shakur, either one of them are available, he should go after either one of them. You know what I mean? Depending on who is the more realistic option at the time. Slime says in a real fight, can Pooh beat Nello? I mean, he had the skill set to definitely give him trouble, but sparring and actual fighting is a totally different situation. I mean, smaller gloves, um, and things of that nature, man. For those who know it's a totally different situation when you sparring and when you fighting. Canelo obviously would have the advantage based off of experience and things of that nature, but Pooh stylistically would give Canelo a lot of issues because he was a slick boxer, an athletic slick boxer, and that's people that and that combination right there is usually very troublesome for Canelo to deal with based off of what we've seen in the past. AJ64 said Boots is a bad boy. Also, they gonna see real soon. Yeah, definitely. Boost is a special generational talent. I genuinely believe that. You know what I mean? But time will tell. You know what I mean? I know though. You know what I mean? I've been in there. I've been in boxing a long time. I can tell when somebody just good, average. I can tell when somebody, or I can tell when somebody's special. You know what I mean? Jerron Henderson is a special talent. You want to talk about the sweet science? Look up Derek Ennis versus Canelo sparring. Yes. Great sparring session, man. Great sparring session. I could probably put this right here. Let me see if I could. Hold on real quick. Give me a little bit. Nah, as a matter of fact, nah, 'cause I don't know. They probably gonna give me a copyright strike or something like that. You know they be hating. I was gonna put it on here for the screen for y'all to watch, but I don't got nobody permission or anything like that. So I ain't even about to get into none of that. You know what I'm saying? Pooh better than Boo Boo? I wouldn't necessarily say that. You know what I mean? Because I don't think Pooh ever got to the level that Demetrius Andrade ever was ever on. You know what I mean? But that ain't to disrespect Pooh at all. Like Pooh is just, I mean, Boozy would even tell you like Pooh and Farah stuff like that. They was caught up in different things besides boxing, and that's why they ended up giving up the sport for real. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't entirely focused on boxing, but you know what I mean? Really stepping for real says my coach used to make us spar with 8 ounce and definitely helped me with my den D. I don't know, man. I don't know if you wrote might the right defense, but based off of how the way you spell it, I don't know if you sparring with 8 ounce gloves is a good idea, man. I don't know. You spelling all crazy. I don't know that sparring with them 8 ounce gloves got your brain fried or what. That definitely ain't allowed in my gym. 8 ounce gloves are pro gloves. That's what pros fight with in professional fights from 147 and down. You know what I mean? So you sparring with that, that's not a good look. You know what I mean? That's not good at all, actually. I don't know what your coach got you on, but you know what I mean? 16 ounce gloves is what you should be sparring in and things of that nature. But I mean, if you spelling defense like then DA, I don't know if that helped you at all, man. It sound like it hurt you. You know what I'm saying? It sound like it hurt you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You sound a little punchy on that keyboard, cuz you got autocorrect, which is crazy. So it just lets you get off with that. I think even Android's got autocorrect now. You know what I'm saying? He said my coach was a wow. Okay. And you put your belief into him. You put your belief into him. And you want me to believe that you're okay. if you if you have a boxing coach that's participating in any type of recreational drugs, um, I don't think that's a good look. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a huge red flag. You know what I mean? I would prefer a coach that's actually sober while they training me. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's wild for you to actually admit that. I don't know if you being serious or what, but I already knew something was up when he had you sparring with 8 ounce gloves. Like that's insanity to me. I mean, that's wild. That's super unnecessary. That sounds like somebody who doesn't have any type of uh care for the safety of their fighters or anything of that nature, bro. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely wild. Coach was probably telling everybody they was gonna make it. That's crazy. He probably was. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all this. At my old gym at Delco Boxing Academy, I don't know what it's called now, but there was a trainer there named Budini. Budini. He used to lie, talking about he used to coach Muhammad Ali and things like that, bro. Crazy dude, bro. Will call himself the best trainer of all time. Say that he used to train Burt Cooper, who was like a heavyweight like journeyman from Philadelphia or whatever. He fought Evander Holyfield, all these different dudes. He said that he used to train Burt Cooper, but the reality of the situation was I think that he was in-laws with Burt Cooper. He used to hold this man's buckets and his towels and stuff like that. Like he was a cornerman, but he wasn't the trainer. But he used to lie to everybody that he was a trainer, and that he'll pull out like a suitcase with like pictures of different fighters back in the day and stuff like that. Just crazy, crazy dude. And bro, he literally used to train fighters for food. Like instead of just getting the money from them, you know what I mean? Like moving and getting a couple dollars off of this session right here, this session right here. He used to train a dude. The dude used to step out and go to the Wawa across the street and come back over with a hoagie. And that was their transaction. So that used to be hilarious to me. You know what I mean? I used to be like going on my way back home because I would take the 95 from North Philly all the way out to Delaware County, which is like a 30, 40-minute drive depending on the traffic. And when I'll be heading home, he was like, yo, man, can you drop me off at the diner? So I used to drive this man over to the diner and shit on my way home, bro. And he used to meet with fighters there and they used to pay for his food, all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little funny story, man. You know what I'm saying? He said his trainer Rodney. That's wild. Rodney really ducked my boy Slime. That's sad, man. That's sad. You know what I mean? Really stepping for real says light sparring though. We wasn't trying to kill each other. That's not the point though. Anybody that has any type of experience, coach, should never have their fighters fighting in 8-ounce gloves or sparring at 8-ounce gloves. That's uncalled for. You know what I mean? We don't even really be letting fighters hit the bag with 8-ounce gloves on. So you said your first trainer was an alcoholic? Yeah. I had a similar situation to that. Similar situation. You know what I mean? Sparring at 8 ounces is a no-go. Yeah, it definitely is. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. That's not smart at all. You know what I mean? Me and my shorty in here cracking up. No, real rap, bro. Real rap, man. He used to give them dudes boxing lessons and stuff like that, bro. And then the dude will leave, come back with a hoagie, give it to him, bro. That was the trade off. Like I'll teach you how to box. You just gotta buy me a hoagie. Like it was crazy, bro. But that real life used to happen at that gym, and I used to laugh at him. And he used to really call himself the best trainer of all time. I'm like, bro, Boudini, what have you done, bro? He said, oh, I trained everybody. I trained everybody. And then like he used to tell kids, he was like, oh, if you was with me, like he would talk all nice to my face while I was training people, right? I'll walk away. He'd be like, oh, if you train with me, I'll make you world champion. If you train with me, I'll make you world champion. It's like, Boudini, stop, bro. Like, cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You about like 70-something years old. It'll make me open hand you out here, bro. Being disrespectful, you know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah, I used to spar with 18s too. He said I use bag gloves for bag work, but spar with 18s. Yeah, I used to spar with 18s too. I used to wear bigger gloves, and then when I would wear the smaller gloves, you could tell the difference in hand speed. You know what I mean? Once you get that hand speed right under a certain amount of like resistance, when you wear the light gloves, it ain't nothing to, you know what I'm saying, get your hands up, get your hands off. But yeah, man. So pretty much that's what it is, man. Like Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia looked like they real serious about fighting each other because I know Ryan Garcia had been putting up some tweets talking about who um saying that he wanted to fight Rolly first, then fight Haney afterwards. And Haney was like, why you gotta fight Rolly first? Like, let's make this next. You know what I'm saying? And Ryan was like, "Oh, I'm gonna let the people decide." I think he put like a poll up, and I think Haney actually led the poll. So um, now he's talking about that he told his team, he demanded his team reach out to Devin Haney team to try to make a fight happen. So let's see, man. Like if this actually ends up coming true, and they actually end up fighting at the top of 2024, I'm gonna tip my head off to Ryan Garcia, man, because that's great work, man. That's great work. You fought Gervonta and Devin Haney within a span of 3 fights. You gotta respect that man for it. It lets you know that he's serious. And you could tell that Ryan's extremely confident that he beats Devin Haney. Why? I don't know why. But he seems extremely confident, like more confident. He seems more confident in his ability to beat Devin than in Tank because he did a lot of overcompensating for Tank, like being all loud, being all extra. Oh, 2 rounds, bro. 2 rounds. That's all I need. 2 rounds. And then with Ryan, and then with Devin, he's like, man, like I promise you, I can beat him. It's like a more of a quiet confidence when it comes to Devin Haney. You know what I mean? So you can tell he's genuinely like confident in his abilities. You know what I mean? With Tank, it was just like a bunch of loud, I mean, a lot of hand movement, body language, and being extremely extra at the press conferences and stuff like that. To me, in my eyes, he seems more confident in his ability to fight and his ability to beat Devin in comparison to Tank. You know what I mean? AJ says, I'm not gonna lie, I find Mexican fighters more exciting. They like to mix it up. Um, I don't think that exactly goes towards Mexican fighters though, man. I don't really I could tell you some exciting fighters right now that's black. You know what I'm saying? Like Subriel Matias. I understand he Puerto Rican. That's a black man right there. He's one of the most exciting fighters in boxing. You know what I mean? I wouldn't just bring that down to Mexicans. I think that you could find everybody like Lomachenko. Lomachenko is a Ukrainian white dude. Um, he like to mix it up as well. He like to take chances, and a lot of his fights are exciting as well. So I don't think you could just generalize Mexicans and be like, oh, I like watching them because they're exciting. Because you can find a fighter from each race that has an exciting style. You know what I mean? I think we gotta get rid of the stigma that black fighters don't sell or black fighters are boring and things like that. That could easily be disproven. You know what I'm saying? Like Aaron Pryor was probably one of the most action-packed fighters to be in the sport. You know what I mean? Marvin Hagler, that was an exciting style. He liked to mix it up as well. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Find it hard to listen to Bill Haney discussing these potential fights. One of these type dudes who use 100 words, but will never say nothing. But will say nothing. Yeah, that reminds me of B Hop. Like I've heard B Hop. They'll ask B Hop a question. It was like, "Yo, man, how's everything going?" And he'd be like, "The foundation is firm. I wake up every morning and I just thank God for the foundation being firm. Because without the foundation, you're not able to build what you would call life. And if you don't have a life, how can you say that you're happy?" It's like, B Hop, what the fuck you talking about, bro? What is you talking about, bro? He asked you, how are you doing? What, like, you know what I'm saying? What is you talking about, bro? You know what I mean? It's like, bro, like, just answer the question. Y'all be doing the most to sound smart, and y'all just be sounding dumb, bro. Just answer the question. Sometimes simple is better. Oh, B Hop. So, what do you think about what's going on in boxing right now with all these world titles, all these people, these sanctioned bodies charging so much money? Oh well, when I make my cereal, I pour the milk first. Yeah. I pour the milk first. You know what I mean? It gotta be a round bowl, a round bowl. You know what I mean? I pour the milk first, and then from there, I reach in my cabinet and I grab the Apple Jacks, not the cinnamon toast crunch, the Apple Jacks, and then from there, I'm able to measure precisely how much I put in the bowl. I let it sit in the milk, but I still want it to be crunchy. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I don't, bro. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I promise you, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I'm asking you what you think about what's going on in boxing right now, and you talking about some whole other shit, nigga. You talking about honey buzzers of oats and all that. Answer the question, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he be talking about. Keep it a buck. He be swearing, he be sounding like he be acting like he be preaching. I'm like, yo, B, like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm lost. I'm lost. Said B Hop talking circle. That boy talking cursive. B Hop talking cursive, cuz I swear to God he do. I be sitting there, I be like, bro, I left with after interviewing B Hop, bro, I would probably leave with more questions than I had answers, bro. I'll leave that John so confused, bro. I probably just sit on the live for 20 minutes after and not say nothing. I probably just be like, bro, what was that? Like, what is you talking about? Marcos from Fight Hub, B Hop, what did you have for breakfast? Breakfast is better. B Hop would say breakfast is better than any moment in the day. No dust has settled on my mind that, like, bro, what it did, like, he will say wild stuff like that. And I'm just like, bro, what is you talking about, bro? I'm surprised nobody ever said that. Like, B, what do you mean, bro? Like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know. But regardless, man, if Haney and Devin does happen, that's a great fight. That's a great fight. There'll be a lot of great promotion behind it, and it'll help. It'll help Devin Haney become a bigger star. That a lot of people saying, "Oh, Devin Haney's not a star. He don't bring nothing to the table." Well, if this man defeats Vasil Lomachenko, defeats Regis Prograis, and then beats Ryan Garcia in 3 consecutive fights, it's gonna help build his profile, man. You know what I mean? Well, this is how he be. He be like, well, first you have to wonder what came first, the chicken or the egg, egg or the chicken, car engine, engine of car. Then we will know why the sky is blue. Sound like some shit he'll say. B Hop sound like the type dude. Like after his interview, they be like, "Oh, anything you want to tell to the fans? One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, knick knack, paddywhack. Give the dog a bone. 2000 parties, 00. Oops, out of time. My bacon smelling fine." I'm like, oh, thanks, B Hop. Never get that dude an interview again. Never give him an interview again. You know what I'm saying? He said Haney a fraud in my opinion. He robbed Loma and Regis. He robbed Loma and Regis was a layup, just my opinion. How could Devin rob Loma though? He didn't fill out the scorecards. So I don't understand that. And even then, like when I watched the fight the first time, I was like, yo, it could have went either way. But after like watching it from Devin Haney's standpoint, I was like, yo, I can see why they scored it for him. You know what I'm saying? I can see why. So it was a close fight. And I think any close fight, if it goes either way, I can't really consider it a robbery. I mean, that's just me personally. But Regis was a layup. I mean, Regis was a two-time champion, two-time world champion at 140 pounds, and only had lost to the man who ended up becoming undisputed shortly afterwards, Josh Taylor. You know what I mean? So I'll give him credit for both of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. What? What you talking about, Slime? What you talking about, Slime? What you? Oh well, the scorecards was crazy. I don't even remember what the scorecards was, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you talking about, Slime. You say you gonna send it to me on IG? All right, let me check some. Let me put my phone on the charger. Hold on. Bob Arum said, in the words of Bob Arum, you won easily. Well, Bob Arum, you already know him and Luma like his best friend, man. So of course he gonna back his play. You know what I mean? That man done gave Loma opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. He about to fight Ken Bosos for the IBF out in Australia. And he ain't even bounced back off of that loss from Devin Haney. You know what I mean? He constantly puts Loma in position. He gave Loma a world title shot in his second fight. Just realized that was a line from the prison scene and Don't Be a Menace. Fair convict, yeah. And always remember, my brother, always in the green, never in between. Bob Arum consistently hates on Haney to this day because he knocked off his cash cow and golden goose Loma. Yeah, and you could tell that they felt the way about Teofimo after that Loma win as well. You know what I mean? You could tell they genuinely had a problem with him because Teofimo had felt the way because I think like a little bit before the Loma fight, Top Rank had gave him a contract stating that like after you lose to Loma, this is what your fight purses will start to look like. This is like ballpark with your and he was like, yo, like y'all giving me this before the fight? Like y'all telling me like y'all pretty much telling me I'm gonna lose to Loma and this is what I'm gonna get paid after I lose. This is what y'all telling me. So he took it as disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So he ever since then, him and Top Rank been like, you know what I mean, not on the best terms. You know what I mean? Um, so that's just what it is. They've been on bad terms since then. And after he beat Loma, they was really upset. Because it was all written for Loma to win. They wanted Loma to win so bad. And when it ended up not working out in their favor, you know what I mean, there was a lot of like covering up that they was doing. A lot of excuses was being made as to why Loma lost and things like that. But oh, he had a bad shoulder. Bro, if he had a bad shoulder, he shouldn't have gotten in there. Simple and plain. Anonymous says Bob Arum legit treats Loma like his child. He said this man was better than Ali, Floyd, Sugar Ray Leonard. He's a Loma Glazer. That's a fact. When he said that, bro, when I think he said that around the time that Loma stopped Rigondeaux. He's better than Ali. He's better than Floyd and Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm like, Bob, you serious, bro? You just gonna disrespect the legends like that, bro? Like, really? Really? It was like when Teddy Atlas disrespected Crawford. Who is there is sitting in front of Teddy Atlas? I think it was Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward. And he literally told both of them, he was like, yo, I think Loma better than both of y'all. And I think Loma only had like 10, 11 fights at the time. And this is when Andre Ward was unified champion at light heavy, beat Sergey Kovalev. Terrence Crawford was the man. He was the man. And they trying to tell you, bro, Loma had a different type of support, bro. Different type of support. They wanted him to be the one so bad. And I'm so glad they didn't work out in their favor like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the thing about boxing, bro. It's going you could promote yourself as good as you want. You could play it like you this unstoppable force of nature, bro. Eventually, as long as you stay in it, boxing is gonna expose you. for who you truly are. You know what I mean? Don Dada says you can't love boxing and not like Loma. Straight up. What? What that mean? I could love boxing and not like Loma. So I don't know what you talking about. Maybe that's what you think, but I never was a fan of Loma. So based off of your logic, I don't love boxing. I don't understand that, my brother. You gonna have to tighten up with that one. He said that's when I realized Bob might be senile. I mean, that man just turned. I think his birthday just passed. I be feeling like Bob Aaron's birthday like every 5 weeks or something. I don't know. I don't know how that man's still alive. He don't be needing a cane or nothing. He be getting around just fine. Like, yo, this dude look like he ain't got no signs of slowing up anytime soon. Loma is an all-time great. I know boxing. Well, how is it that he's considered an all-time great so much, but whenever they bring up his accolades, they always bringing up the amateurs? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are all-time great, then why they not talking about what he did in the pros? I understand that he won titles in 3 different divisions, and he got some solid names. He beat Nicholas Walters. He beat Rigondeaux, who moved up 2 weight classes. I know he beat Gary Russell and things like that, but all-time great in the pros? I disagree with that. Hall of Famer, possibly, but there's a difference between Hall of Famer and all-time great. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Loma's an all-time great. Not at all. When I think of all-time greats, I think about guys like Floyd Mayweather. I think of guys like Larry Holmes. I think of guys like Lennox Lewis. You know what I mean? I even give it to Muhammad Ali. Um, uh, I think of guys like Manny. I'll put Manny Pacquiao there. You know what I'm saying? I'll put Manny Pacquiao up there as an all-time great. Probably the pound for pound greatest dude of all time. I think of guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler. I think of guys like them. You know what I mean? That's who I think of, but I don't consider him an all-time great. Hall of Famer, sure. Probably the greatest amateur ever, sure. He's an all-time great in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, literally, bro, Loma's the most privileged and overhyped fighter. Well, I think that for all the hype that Loma got, he honestly underachieved, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. For as much hype as he got, he did not live up to that hype, in my opinion. That's just me personally. That's just what I think. Um, for Loma to be such a great all-time great fighter, it's crazy that he lost his second pro fight, never avenged the loss. He lost to Orlando Salido, bro. Somebody who um got smoked easily by guys like Mikey Garcia and stuff like that. Lost his second pro fight. Then he steamrolled. I mean, he gets all these other dudes to quit. He beats up on Jason Sosa, Mariaga. He beats up on these little dudes or whatever. Rocky Martinez. Never avenges that loss. Never goes up against that type style again with Orlando Salido. So then he goes and he takes on the young gun Tiafimo. Loses to Tiafimo. Has a close fight with Jermaine Ortiz. Um, like, come on, man. This is the all-time great you speaking about. I don't know. Pound for pound, Bud has way more skill than Loma. I agree with you. I think everybody get caught up in that man's hand speed and angles, and they act like they never seen this before. Bro, there's plenty of fighters out here that have showcased. Look, Don Dada, don't cap. Salido made Mikey Garcia quit. Not at all. It was a headbutt that had unfortunately broke Mikey Garcia's nose. And because his nose was broken and went to the scorecards, which he was winning easily. It was a headbutt. It was a headbutt, and they didn't allow him to continue, so it went to the scorecards. It was a technical decision. You know what I'm saying? His nose didn't break off of a punch. And he was whooping Salido ass. So I don't understand why you would say he would quit. Why would he was winning easily? It just so happened that the headbutt came about, you know what I mean? And they had to go to the scorecards. That happens sometimes. You know what I mean? Now, if it would have been a situation where it happened at 4 rounds or less, then they would have called it a no contest. But considering the fact that it went past the 4th round and it was easily being dominated, he was easily dominating. When he had that broken nose and the doctor decided he couldn't continue no more, they had to put it to the scorecards. He won a technical decision. But all the way until that point, he was dominating Salido, something that Lomachenko could not do. You know what I mean? Raul said T.O. show where you're able to negate him using his angles, Loma can't do anything. As a fact, he neutralized Loma's angles. Whenever Loma would try to create an angle, T.O. would beat him to it and then fire right off and completely neutralize his offense. You know what I mean? And he remained first. What T.O. did successfully throughout the fight was he controlled the pace of the fight. He was first at all times. You know what I mean? And didn't necessarily land the cleanest punches to Loma. He landed some great body shots, but he put some power on those punches to let Loma know, like, yo, you ain't about to just walk in here without feeling, you know what I mean, some heat. You know what I'm saying? So he said, Don Dada said Salino beat Juanma. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He destroyed Juan Manuel Lopez. Yes, he did. That was a disappointing day for Puerto Rico for sure. Who you had, Loma and Haney? I told you when I first watched it, I thought it could have went either way or even possibly be a draw. But I don't know. Every time it was a close fight, bro. It depends on how you score in the fight, bro. Different judges got different styles, and you know what I mean. They both had their moments. I think that what Haney did in that fight was extremely underrated. I think a lot of people overlooked what he was doing. He landed some beautiful, accurate body shots, man, that slowed Loma down, where Loma wasn't really able to step on the gas in the later rounds like he usually do. Like he put the pressure on, he was letting his hands go and stuff like that, but he didn't have that umph that he usually has in those championship rounds. And I think that was because of the deposits that Haney was making to his body. You know what I mean? I think Haney showed a lot, and I think that he grew a lot as a fighter after that. You know what I mean? I think he grew a lot as a fighter after that Lomachenko fight. And you've seen it with the Regis Prograis, John, because prior to the Regis Prograis fight, it seemed like he had trouble establishing his jab against southpaws. We've seen it with Jojo Diaz and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there was another one that I'm not mentioning as of right now. But he had trouble establishing his jab against southpaws. And then in that Loma fight, it was a similar situation where he had trouble getting his jab off and was getting hit with overhand lefts and straight left hands and things of that nature. And then in that Regis fight, he didn't get touched at all. Now, mind you, Regis is a different southpaw in comparison to Loma and Jojo Diaz and stuff like that. But he was able to actually establish his jab against Regis and pretty much dominate the fight. Even got a knockdown and all. So I think he grew a lot from that fight with Lomachenko. And that's what really matters, man. You know what I mean? If you're able to get the victory and learn something from it, that's how you know what I mean? That's how you know that you got a good fighter there. Somebody who learns from their mistakes and comes back better, even when they win. I feel like a lot of dudes, when they win, they feel like they don't really got to learn anything. It was like, oh, I won. What's next? You know what I mean? They don't really sit back and be like, yo, I could have did this. But I know I won, but I could have did this better. You know what I mean? He showed he was a true student in that situation. Claymore, what up? What up? What up? We about to just get up out of here, man. Came on a little late, but it's all good, homie. What's going on? You say you had Loma being Haney. I can't knock you for that, bro. It was a close fight like that. It was a close fight. You could have if somebody say they believe Loma won, you can't really argue with that. It was a nip and tuck type of fight. If you had Haney winning, can't really knock you for that neither. If you had it to draw, I see why you saying that. You know what I mean? But I see. I don't necessarily think it was a robbery. You know what I mean? I don't really think it was a robbery at all. You know what I mean? But we had a great talk today, y'all. I appreciate you guys for coming on. We've been on for an hour, 19 minutes. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get up out of here for sure, man. I gotta lay my ass down, bro. I'm exhausted. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I gotta get ready for tomorrow because it's gonna be the same thing. You know what I mean? Back to the grind. I'll be making a video in the morning, along with going to my job and taking care of that. Then going to the gym, taking care of my fighters, and going about my day from there, man. So. If you guys are tuned in the entire live, I appreciate it very much, man. We got 34 people in the building, man. I appreciate you guys for coming on and checking out Mazuma TV, man. Hit the like button on your way out, man. Hit your like button while you're here in this present moment. I appreciate it very much. You know what I mean? And shout out to my boy Sing for the super chat earlier. You know what I mean? So shout out to him for leaving that super chat, man. It's going to a great cause at the end of the day. Don Dada says, when you be going live, I usually go live around 10:30, 11 p.m. Pretty much every night. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I'll be doing. You know what I mean? So I'll be on some late night stuff. And once I get my schedule together, I will be coming on earlier throughout the day. But as of right now, that's what I got to work with to continue giving content to the nation, to the mob. You know what I mean? But until then, man, I'm out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love. I'll be back with a video in the morning, man. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob. I hope y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. You know what I mean? Shout out to Claymore Rain for the last minute super chat, man. He says, for the platform, I appreciate that very much, Clay. I'm gonna make sure we get up on here one of these days, man, and we talk back and forth. And for those that's watching right now, man, if you support Mazuma TV, please subscribe to my boy Claymore Rain for sure, man. He's on the come up, very knowledgeable dude that provides a different perspective, but a real perspective on the sport of boxing. Very I'm not gonna say similar to myself, you know what I mean? We are our own people, but we put boxing first. You know what I mean? And we speak as objectively as possible. So if you're a fan of that, if you're a fan of what I bring to the table, and I'm sure that you will love Claymore Rain's content as well. You know what I mean? But until then, I'm out of here, man. Peace. He said there's only one Mazuma. There's only one Claymore. You know what I mean? But I'm up out of here, man. Y'all have a great night. Peace.